Good morning, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with a check of weather where you are, streaming out the First Alert forecast in a way that you can get a sense of what the weather's going to I should say, what the weather is going to do no matter where you are across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Again, we can get hyper-local here all the way down to the neighborhood level, even talk about some events that are going on around North Georgia and Metro Atlanta as we wrap up, our morning and then head into our Wednesday afternoon. Again, today is a First Alert weather day. We are kind of coming out of a pea soup sort of morning. We had a dense fog advisory for at one point the entire state of Georgia, and fog was dense in many places this morning. Now we're leaving the fog behind, and we're going to head into an afternoon with a chance of isolated to widely scattered showers that'll linger into the evening. Talk about improvement here. This is a live look at Truist Park, and earlier you could not even see the park. You couldn't see the field. You couldn't see the baseline. It was pea soup, as mentioned. Hard to see anything that high up. Even down at the surface, we had some really dense fog earlier this morning. But now, alas, you can see the stadium, you can see everything going on, and we do have improving visibility as we head into the last 27 minutes of the morning and then on into the afternoon. And then the focus will shift to the second potential impact of the day, and that is a chance of isolated to scattered showers in the forecast, primarily late afternoon on into this evening. So going to go ahead and get to it. Again, we'll take a look at current visibility, kind of showing you expanding beyond the northwest side, Cobb County, Truist Park, to see what everyone else is dealing with at the moment. And unfortunately, weather graphics have been just a little bit slow today, so you're going to have to bear with me, but we will get those in here momentarily. And I do want to let you know that while today is a First Alert weather day, we're not concerned about, planned canceling sort of impacts to your day. We are going to see improving, visibility. And then as we head deeper into the afternoon, as we see improving visibility and maybe peaks of sunshine, temperatures warm up, and that's going to give rise to, a chance of some isolated to scattered showers in the First Alert forecast. Again, outside right now, 1 mile visibility at Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, 1/4 of 1 mile visibility at Carrollton, 4 mile visibility in LaGrange, 1/2 mile at Thomaston. Believe it or not, this is actually the clearest, the best visibility we have had all morning. So no matter where you are, again, if you're streaming on YouTube, Atlanta News First is the account that we are streaming on right now. You can ask, weather questions. You can let me know what you're seeing outside. You can also text us, maybe pretty videos of the fog, photos of the fog from this morning to 470-777-9263. In fact, I'm going to pop that up and leave it up here for just a moment. We do already have some questions on YouTube. Jeffrey Hunt asking what is happening. We're just giving you your daily dose of weather where you are, taking you down to the neighborhood level, letting you know what the weather is doing in your area, what it is forecast to do through the rest of the day. Jeffrey, if this is your first time watching, I'm filling in for First Alert Meteorologist Ella Dorsey, and I want to remind you, if you have any questions, seeing you chatting on YouTube, feel free to ask away, even if you don't live in Atlanta, even if you are not a resident of North Georgia. Wesley Millsap, thanks for always watching, man. Saying hello from Ackworth. You all saw some fog earlier this morning. And again, 470-777-WANF. That's 9263, the place to share your photos, your videos. You may see them on air. You may see them on a stream like this one, or to simply ask your weather questions. So now that we've been streaming for a few minutes and folks have joined, going to go ahead and get to the forecast. And we'll have another live look outside as well as we kind of, head into the next few hours. Notice visibility here, even in Midtown, has improved. Earlier, you could not see any buildings. This particular camera a little closer to the ground on the roof of Atlanta News First. We're looking east, this direction, eastward towards Midtown Atlanta, the skyscrapers up there. And you can finally see them once again. And it looks like our weather graphics are... we'll call them mildly glitching once again. The coffee forecast, this morning, temperatures were in the upper 40s and lower 50s. If you're about to head out for maybe a lunch break, heading out to grab a cup of coffee in the noon hour, temperatures will be a little bit warmer, but we are still in the upper 40s in the mountains. Most of us, though, 50s and now 60s. Atlanta is already back in the lower 60s, so we continue to warm up. And high temperatures this afternoon, we will peak with a lack of fog, no real fog in the forecast this afternoon, in the low to mid 70s. Again, your forecast high temperature in Atlanta, lower 70s. Some will sneak in mid 70s, 75 in Covington, 75 Eatonton, 76 in Thomaston, 76 in LaGrange. If you're looking for upper 60s, kind of that cooler feel, really far north metro, more so mountains, the place to be. That is where temperatures will remain cooler. Clouds will be a little bit more stubborn to lift and to scour out. So looking a little bit gloomier, a little bit cooler up in the far north metro and our mountain communities. Hour by hour forecast again. Forecast model has done a pretty good job with the fog's arrival and, kind of increase this morning. And so far doing a good job forecasting its lifting and kind of dispersing or getting out of the forecast. And hour by hour, notice as we go into the afternoon, by 3 p.m., fog is gone, but we have some isolated to widely scattered showers moving in, 2, 3, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So if you have dinner plans, Northwest Metro, North Metro in particular, we do have some showers moving into North Georgia, Metro Atlanta from the north and west. So it's not going to be a completely dry day. Nonetheless, it's not a washout of an evening. This is simply a first alert, a heads up that if you have outdoor plans, so if you want to go for your midweek run, maybe you have kiddos who have sports practices outdoors this evening, or maybe you have a dinner date or just dinner planned and you want to sit outside. Not the best day to do that. We do have some scattered rain in the forecast, though, primarily before 7 p.m. By 8 to 9, we're still tracking an isolated shower or two, but this is primarily up in the mountains. So giving ode to the name of this stream, whether you are. If you're watching from LJ, Roman, Canton, greatest rain chance there. If you're watching from Thomaston, if you're watching from Eatonton, far southeast side of the metro, lakes, Sinclair and Oconee, if you're out that way, the chance of you getting, impactful rain or measurable rain, puddle-making sort of rain showers, very low. Opposite, though, for those communities I listed first, Northwest Metro, and Atlanta's kind of stuck in between. So if you're inside the perimeter and you do have plans, 5, 6, 7 p.m. this evening, bring the umbrella just in case. Keep those precipitation alerts turned on in the First Alert weather app. So make sure that little green check is highlighted next to them, and you'll get the buzz, or depending on how your settings are set up, the audible alert that rain is approaching your plans, if indeed a quick little rain shower is approaching your plans. Again, hour by hour forecast as we head into the overnight hours. We will drop that First Alert weather day getting into the overnight. Rain chances dry up, no pun intended, and cooler weather starts to filter back in to North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. In fact, we can take a look at that extended forecast, and First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey is working on fine-tuning this forecast and already noticing some updates that she has put in here as we continue to get fresh data in, and we're also looking at what's actually going on outside. That helps us improve the forecast. And, streams like this one on Atlanta News First Plus help us communicate the forecast and give you an opportunity to, be a part of the conversation. This is a two-way street. So, again, if you have any whether questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out at on YouTube at Atlanta News First, the account that we're streaming on right now. We would love a like and a follow. You can get breaking news updates, weather chats like this one, weather coverage, when weather is busy, or you can text us, 470-777-9263. The only other First Alert weather day we have on the 7-day forecast is Saturday. A gradual cooling trend initially, 60 Thursday, 55 Friday, and then we're back in the 40s Saturday for a high temperature, and that's in Atlanta. Some communities may stay low to mid-40s, and there will be a breeze, so it's going to feel even chillier. And look at those morning lows. We're looking at widespread hard freezes, certainly a freeze even in the city. Saturday, Sunday, Monday mornings, trying to warm up as we get into Tuesday, Christmas Eve, back in the 50s in the afternoon. Still technically cooler than average, but only by a degree or two by that point. But as we get to Christmas Day, change is on the way. We're going to continue to warm up. That rain chance will return to the First Alert forecast. Fingers crossed. No washout weather Christmas Day, but rain is something to keep in the back of your mind as an impact potential on our Christmas Day. First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey was talking about that all morning on Atlanta News First, and we'll have another update, a sneak peek at that extended forecast as well on Atlanta News First at noon. And I want to remind you, you can also always get the forecast on the go in the First Alert weather app. You can also check out the forecast at atlantanewsfirst.com. Those are two really good places on the go. Again, weather app probably preferred for most. But as we get deeper into kind of the busy weather season where these temperature roller coasters tend to be a part of the forecast, and occasionally, like today, chances of rain, the First Alert weather app is a great place on the go to go ahead and get that First Alert forecast. And we'll continue to update it. In fact, we're going to put a new video here in the First Alert weather app here in just a few minutes, right after the news, Atlanta News First at noon. We'll keep you updated online. Next stream with a forecast will be this evening at 8 p.m. unless the weather turns busier. And of course, we'll hop on. First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, taking over the streams and Atlanta News First this afternoon, tracking those showers moving in. And then again, cooling off starting tomorrow, but much colder as we get into the weekend. Make sure you check out First Alert Meteorologist Hella Dorsey coming up on Atlanta News First at noon in 18 minutes.